Hi, I would like to introduce you to this new course, Developing iOS 11 Applications using Swift 4. My name is Ignazio Calò and I am an Italian iOS developer. I started my career with other languages like VB and VB.NET, but then I started back in 2009 writing application for iOS 3, and I really fell in love with Objective-C and iOS in general. Since then, never stopped working with iOS. I worked for several different companies in Italy and in other countries, and now I'm working in German for a company of the eBay group. I'm using Swift since the first release almost 3 years ago, and it's definitely my preferred programming language. I love writing codes and teaching how to code. If you like, you can use the email that you see here on the screen to send me a message. What we will learn in this course? We will start with an introduction. In the introduction, we will talk about Xcode, how to download and how to install, and as well we will have an overview of the functionalities of this tool. Then we will talk about Swift 4, the programming language. We will see the building blocks of this language, and as well some interesting concepts like optional type, generics, protocols. Next, we will create our first complete application. In this way, we will learn the basic concepts of designing the UI of the application using auto layout and how to run the application on the iOS simulator. Then we will make another application. This time we will make an application for the Apple Watch. In section number 5, we will learn how to store data for iOS applications. We will see in this section one important feature of Swift 4 called the Codable protocol. Next, we will talk about geolocation. We will see how we can retrieve the user's location in our app and how we can use this location to provide him relevant information. We cannot talk about the iOS applications and skip the table view. Table views are probably the most common UI elements on iOS, and in section 7 we will learn how to use them and how to customize. Next, we will talk about networking. In this section, we will learn how to retrieve data from HTTP API and how to parse the JSON response using Swift 4. In section number 9, we will talk about the release process. We will go through all the steps that are required to send your application from your Mac to the App Store. In the last section, we will talk about 3 advanced frameworks that are available on iOS 11. CoreML to use machine learning models, ERKit to use virtual reality, and CoreNFC to communicate with NFC devices. What are our goals? After this course, you will be able for sure to use Xcode and run application on the simulator. You will be able to write the Swift code, and you will be able to define the UI of the application using auto layout and writing the Swift code behind the UI. You will be able as well to fetch data from HTTP and parse the JSON response, and as well you will be able to release your application from your Mac to the App Store. What are the prerequisites of this course? You need to have a Mac hardware. So you need to have a MacBook or an iMac compatible with macOS Sierra. An iPhone is not required. You can follow this course just using the simulator. But if you like, you can have an iPhone or an iPad and you can run your application into a real device. Then some basic knowledge about programming and object-oriented programming are required. Basic knowledge, I mean something like knowing what is a class, what is a method, what is a variable, and really basic stuff like this. And really important, no Objective-C knowledge is required. We will do everything using only Swift 4. Why you should choose this course? I can use a different approach. I can talk a lot about the theory of programming, but I decided to use an hands-on approach. So we will immediately start writing code and we will create a 4 full application during this course. And in this course, we will cover all these most important pieces and all the most important things that you need to know to make iOS applications. Well, I have not so much more to say, except have fun and see you on the next video. Bye!